We're live.
We live?
We're live.
Shit. Back at it like a motherfucking crack addict, boys. Ladies,
Yes.
gentlemen, children, females, males, dogs, grandmas, grandpas, cats, turtles. What the fuck is going on? It's your boys. We are back after a little hiatus, I mean,
Yeah.
shit, some shit's been popping off in the world, so we gotta let that bitch go on, you know what I'm saying? So anywho,
Facts.
bro, what's good with you?
Nothing, man. School's back. So I'm back
School's back
on.
already? God
Yeah.
damn, bro, I forgot you had like 2 week break.
Yeah. So I'm already back at it. Probably why I've been so like ghost for a while because I just been doing a lot of schoolwork. Work obviously slaying and remodeling, dude. I'm remodeling the room.
Bro, I know. I bet like that window right there, that's exactly where your desk used to be. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
How you been, bro?
And we got oh shit, dude. I literally just been working. That's about it. I just started Lost. I know that's a show that it's really fucking old, and I feel like I should have
Mm.
watched a long time ago. Especially because my brother, he always hyped it up, and like he's seen that bitch like 3 or 4 fucking times, and then
Right.
he's always like, dude, you gotta watch Lost, bro. Like, you gotta watch it. And I was like, you know what? I was bored, and I was like, you know what? Let me finally start Lost. So I started that bitch up, and I am addicted.
Hey,
But other than
that's
that,
good.
I got my new setup going. You know what I'm saying?
I peeped that. Yeah.
New angle. We got a new desk. That's about it. So I just been working on this junk and working, bro. Work, bro. How's work treating you over in West Palm?
You know, good news, bad news. Good news, I'm getting fucking hours, so I'm getting paid.
Yes, sir.
Bad news is someone actually tested positive at my job.
Whoa. No
Yeah,
way. They got HIV.
yeah, man.
Oh,
No, yeah.
goddamn.
So yeah, our HR was pulling everybody aside yesterday and was just like, hey, we want to let you know. Someone did test the positive, so if you're feeling sick, make sure you just stay home. If you want to get quarantined for 14 days, call the pay and benefit hotline. They'll be to help you out and stuff. And I was just like, who? And they're like, oh, we can't tell you who. I'm like, no, that's the point. It's like who? Because
Right?
if I was around them, I want to know.
Exactly. Like, that's
Because if
crazy.
I don't
Like, you
know
think
who,
that'd be one
how am I supposed to know if how to quarantine myself?
for real? Like, it could be someone you talk to every day. It could be someone you've never even really fucked with. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
It could have been like a what you call it, a truck person that comes in at 4 in the morning and leaves at 9.
Yeah, for real. Like,
I wouldn't be
there's
too
no
worried,
telling.
but if it was a guest services team member, I'm kind of worried because that's where I work.
That's someone you deal with. They touch all the surrounding areas. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So
Which I mean, I guess for confidentiality issues, I see it, but then at the
yeah,
same time, she should at least like disclose like the location of where they work or whatnot.
I
So
I
you're
feel
aware.
I feel like they should what you call it, give us all free testing to see.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, fucking Target can afford them bitches.
Another thing good about Target, probably this.
Well, I was about to bring that up as well. I'm sure I know exactly what you're about to say.
We're getting a bonus.
Yep, getting the
Hey,
bonus,
$200.
and
That's
then
all Target cares
and
for.
it's funny because they gave us what $2 extra like hazard pay or
Hazardous
whatnot.
pay, yeah.
This was back in what March or so, and then we were supposed to lose it. I think it was June.
We're supposed
No,
to,
no, May 1st.
yeah, May 1st. Then it got pushed back
May
to like
1st.
June
Mm-hmm.
30th. And then they're like, oh, we're going to push it back to like June 10th or like something like that. Or July 10th or something.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're like, oh,
And
yeah,
then
it's permanent.
which is stupid because
We all knew it was going to happen.
at the end of the year they were going up to 15 regardless. So it was like, why are we gonna lose this? Like, because we're going back from 15 to 13. So like, why are we losing this $2 for what 6 months? Like, it's pointless. So then they announced that we were staying at 15, and now they're giving us a good old bonus for working through this time.
Hell yeah.
Which I
Fuck it,
mean,
dude.
shit, bro. Honestly, we deserve. We've been
We don't
busting
get
our
it until
ass.
like basically August. But hey, fuck it. It's still $200.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, dude. It'll be good when we do get it.
You're right. You're not wrong, my guy. You're not wrong.
Yeah, you damn right. I'm right. Can't remember a time I was goddamn wrong.
All right, calm down, Kyle.
Oh fuck. But anywho, bro. Dude, my target. They. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Been kicking my ass.
Yeah.
I've had. I've had to have a few talks with my ETL about overworking. So, my store, it's a small store, so
Mm-hmm.
like we don't typically like they don't give us many hours compared to like Waterford, where I feel like Waterford like they had countless amount of hours to give out.
Oh yeah.
Um, so bro, like so it'll be it's crazy and it's almost like an everyday basis too, where there's one cashier, one self checkout person, one service desk person, and then me, who the front of store attendant or whatnot, and
Mm-hmm.
then it's literally me grabbing carts and doing drive ups the whole fucking shift. And that's
Fuck
literally
out
like
of
all I
here.
would do. So yeah, and then especially like during the times where it's just nothing but drive up, drive up, drive up, drive up, drive up, it gets to be too much, and then they be doing that too. It's not only me, a few of other people. So I finally sat down with my ATL and we had a little talk about it, and then finally shit's starting to. From what I've been told, shit's gonna start changing, and they're gonna get some other people because what my ETL had said was basic. Oh, because I complained first to my team lead. I was like, "Yo, like,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't happy at work. Like, y'all got me busting my ass for what? To just work harder than you guys do." I didn't say that, but you get it. Like, I be working harder than these motherfuckers. All they do is stand around and make sure everything's running smooth. But yeah. So I was like explaining. I was like, "Yo, I'm getting overworked and shit." And then she
Mm-hmm.
goes, "Listen, I know you're getting overworked, but honestly, you're working as expected." And like she said that, and I'm like, "Whoa, bitch!" Like here I am feeling like I'm busting my ass, making literally carrying this whole fucking store on my back. Like if it wasn't for me, like y'all would be shit. And then for you to tell me I'm working as expected. So then the next day when I saw my ETL, I pulled him. I was like, "Yo, you got time to talk?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Listen, if I'm working as expected,
Give me
then
less
like
hours.
what the fuck is going on? Like if I'm working as expected and everyone else around me ain't working, like what the fuck's going on?" So then basically he told me like um we had just gotten a new store director, and our old store director, she was like super relaxed and like chill, and basically didn't give a crap because she's been with Target for so long. So like I guess the checkout advocates, they're supposed to be, with the whole every pay raise we get, like they get more and more responsibilities and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
and ours they just haven't done shit. And so with everything happening and whatnot, they're not up to par and where we should be. So I guess like there's only a few of us, from what he said, there's only a few of us that like they can actually rely on. So and here I am, I'm like, okay, let's do something, like let's get everyone up to par, so we don't have to stress everyone out, like the people who do know, because the more people contributing, the less work one
Anybody else
specific
has to
person
do?
has
Yeah.
to do. So it's like if everyone learns how to do these jobs, like I don't have to be the only one to rely on that shit. And then so like we explain that, and then it's funny. I go to my other team lead, like the other team lead that I didn't talk to, and like I explain like the talk I just had, because we're pretty cool and whatnot. And she
Mm-hmm.
goes, "Oh no, that's all bullshit." And I'm like, "Wait, what do you mean by bullshit?" And she goes, "Well, if you think about it, everyone was always doing the job they were supposed to do or whatever. But then we got this whole pandemic, and now our like the hours we have would be the normal hours that we should have without a pandemic, and they're
Yeah, yeah. They
not
they take away.
incorporating the
Yeah,
whole
they take
they're not
away most
incorporating
of
the
our
fact that
hours.
yeah, they're not incorporating the fact that we're getting fucked by all these sales and shit, but we don't have the people to match it.
Yeah, they took away our hours, not understanding that it's the same like struggle that we had a month ago.
Exactly. Like if there was no pandemic, our store would be doing perfect. But because this whole shit's going
Oh yeah,
on, it's like
that was us too. Because like in my store, like they want us at like guest services to help the guests and take out all the drive ups. And
yeah, exactly.
it's just like during the pandemic, drive ups are booming right now because no one wants to come in the store.
Exactly.
So it's like, and now we're taking back returns, so we're getting fucking like slammed.
nailed with that, nailed with this, and it's like, what the fuck do you want? Like,
And
you guys are
then
literally giving us 2 jobs for one
right,
person.
and then they're getting mad like if you don't hit the time drive ups, they have to be done within 2 minutes.
Hmm.
And then so it was just like in the beginning of the whole pandemic, they made one ship to store person sit at guest services and do drive ups. And then when they're not doing drive ups, they were in like sweet spot save or dollar spot zoning.
Damn, that sounds like ass.
So it's like they took that away and now it's only guest services and they're not scheduling someone for drive up. They're like, oh, if you're doing OPU, you can help guest services with drive up. I'm like, nah, it's the other way around. Like, if we're not busy, we can help OPU.
Yeah,
We
for
shouldn't be
real.
designated for it because it's like we have to help the guests because OPU they don't have guest services trained. So once we're backed up, guess OPU they're just standing there doing
Yeah,
their
they're
own
literally
thing.
useless. Hmm.
So bro, I used to get I got in an argument with my ETL a lot, but me and him talked and what you call it, he got me only working mornings now. So I was like, that's
Oh,
nice.
okay.
It's
Switching
nice,
it
but
up
I'm
a
like
little bit.
it kind of sucks. I like staying up late,
Right?
but I go to bed at like 12:30, 1 o'clock every night now because I got
Bro,
to go to
my
work at
fucking
8.
schedule. That's crazy. My schedule is the opposite. I only work nights.
Bro, yeah. So I was like,
I,
I work I think 2 nights next week, but that's because I still have what you call it, um, the vacation for Atlanta that I forgot to on request. So he has me working the whole week because I have those 5 days off right after. So
damn.
I'm off Saturday and then I work Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No, Thursday and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday I'm out.
Damn.
So I was
Yes.
like, shit.
But dude. So yesterday I was working, right? I had they did me dirty, bro. They scheduled me a 49 cart cleaning shift. You guys have cart cleaners? They scheduled me that shit. I'm like, fuck, bro. Like, oh yeah. So I went with it, and then so I'm working, and then my team lead comes up to me. She goes, hey, so you were told to 5 tomorrow, meaning today. You want to extend your shift a little bit? And I'm like, okay. So what you thinking? And then she's like, well, let's make it a full 8 hours, 12 to 8:30. I look at my
Shit.
I look at my schedule, 12 to 8:30 self checkout. I said, no, I'm good. She goes, wait, why? Okay, she goes, okay, I'm okay with taking no as an answer, but let me hear your reasoning. And I said,
I don't want to do self
okay.
checkout for fucking eight
I,
hours.
I said, okay, here's my reasoning for it. 12 to 5, self checkout. Self checkout, you guys are gonna have me. Our cart guy doesn't come in until 4, so you'll be having me grab carts all day. You'll be having me do drive ups because that's basically like, if I'm self checkout, they're gonna have who's someone at self checkout, and then I'll actually be the drive up bitch. And so I was like, okay, so you're gonna have me do carts and drive ups the whole shift. Yeah, I'm okay with 5 hours. And then so she goes, well, what if I do this? And then like she's playing with the schedule and shit, and then like she's like, what if I put you at the service desk and I have whoever scheduled the service desk do this? And I'm like, that I will do. I will do 8 hours of that. I am okay with that.
8 hours service this doesn't sound bad, bro. But 8 hours
Not at
cashiering
all.
and self checkout sucks ass, dog.
Yes,
Like
exactly. Especially when
I'll take a 5 4 hour shift of registering and fucking self checkout, but I'll take a fucking whole like 10 hour shift of guest services and not be bothered.
especially when them I know they were at like literally self checkout always gets fucked with like the drive ups and shit. Especially since there's no cart person until 4. So like when he came in, that would be when he would have to do it. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pass on that one. So then she did that whole deal, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. Fast forward to fucking today, right? First off,
Opposite didn't work
the
out.
team lead that said that last night was off today.
Ooh,
Our other team lead is on vacation. All we had was our ETL, who, for whatever the fuck reason, is never up at the front. He's always in the sales floor doing whatever.
mm,
Um, okay, so the whole shift is going by so smoothly, and then 3 o'clock hits. The person who was supposed to be service desk that ended up having to go to self checkout leaves. Okay, so then we had 2 people up at the service desk. So the other one goes over to self checkout, and then so she takes that over, and now we lose a person. So whoever, either whether her or me, is available, like we would do the drive ups or whatever. Then 4 o'clock hits, bro. She leaves. and I don't know who they had watch self checkout, but once 4 o'clock hit, no, it was 3:30. Once 3:30 hit, um, I was doing both drive ups and service desk. Bro, I had to drive up because I couldn't leave my line. I had to drive up, hit 16 minutes. And every time I'd call my ETL up, I was like, yo, we need help. He'd come up, help out for a few minutes, and then leave. And I'd literally like, yo, can you come back up? Bitch, do you not get the point? Like, stay the fuck up here. So, 4:30 hits. And the two other people, because our closing service desk, they came in at 4:30, and then our front of store attendant, he came in at 4. So we got some help at that point. So my ETL, he goes on the walkie, Alex, go to 4. Go to 4. He goes, hey, so you want to take your 30 now? I said, hey, where are you at? He goes, I'm at self check. I said, I'll be right there. I walk out to him. I said, listen, I was promised last night that I would not be doing exactly what I'm doing, and that's the only reason I picked up these extra hours. So like, no joke, I don't know if I want to stay late anymore. Like, I want to leave at my scheduled time because I was falsely promised that I wouldn't be stressed out. Yet here I am doing every fucking thing. And he goes, oh, well, we just got 2 people in, so the rest of the night should be easy, why not? And then he's like, here, let's talk it out. So then he pulls me over to the side. I'm like, bro, we literally just had this conversation the other day, and nothing has still fucking changed. And then so I guess he's teaming up with other ETLs and like our ETL of HR, and like he, from what he says, is they're gonna be working on some solution or of some sort. But I'm like yo,
Solution: ship to store. Do your own fucking drive ups.
like I can hit the door if y'all want. And I said that. I was like, listen, like it used to be, oh, I don't want to work with this team lead, like when I come in, and then it switched to the other team. I was like, oh man, I don't want to go into work because I had to work with this team lead. And now it's like, bitch, I don't even want to come into work anymore. Y'all are all fucking stupid.
So obviously you see like the epidemics having an effect at workplace at like Target.
Yeah.
My biggest thing
yeah.
is, how is your community doing? With the whole BML, the protesting and all that stuff. How is your community doing? Anything crazy or anything?
No, we just had little baby protests. Unfortunately, I was working and they were during the day, so I wasn't able to attend. But yeah, it's just like little baby protests around like town hall, and like our town hall and our police station are right next to each other, so it's just like little protests and here and there and whatnot. But other than that, we had one in downtown Fort Myers, which that one was it was a big turn up. Like they closed down one of the main roads because of it. And but yeah, I worked, so I didn't get to hear much about it. But other than that, yeah, nothing. Everything's cool.
You want to go to one of the protests?
Oh, I would love to go to one.
I can't.
I 100% back that whole movement up.
Oh. Listen. Go ahead and finish. Go ahead.
And, yeah, like I 100% back it up. So like I would support it if it fit into my work schedule. But unfortunately, I literally work nights, and all the protests have been like 3. Like they start at 3 or they start at 5. So it's like it just doesn't work in my schedule. So yeah, I would totally go to a protest. Would I be scared? Probably, but it is what it is.
Listen, I support what you guys are doing. I hope you guys like the rights come out, because uneven, is inequality. But my thing is, I will never attend one of those protests, just for the fact like where I live. Anything can fucking happen, bro. Like we get gunshots on the daily.
Yeah, that's a different environment than here. So
yeah, so it's like
I totally get it.
So it's something I would never do, and then we already have like a few riots over here. Stores getting destroyed and all that stuff. Right across my job too, and like our interstate I-95 got shut down. It was, bro, like shit was popping off over here, and it's just like, and my sister was like, one of my sisters that just graduated.
Tomorrow. Love you too.
One of my sisters that just graduated, she's like, yeah, I'm at the protest. I'm like, don't be stupid. Like, it's not worth going. She goes, no, but it's for a good cause. I'm like, no, yeah, you're right. The protest is for a good cause. My thing is, it's like, it's too dangerous. It's like, I mean, overall, I tell her, like, you're an adult, you do you, but like, I ain't never like I'm never going to one of those protests. It's just for the fact that, like, people want to riot. Being in a big group like that helps them get away with it. But bro, like where I live, man, it's just like we get gunshots like at least once a week. You get all this big group riled up, man. Shots are gonna start firing everywhere, and I'm not trying to get a crossfire.
I feel that. Yeah, like I said, like the environment here is totally different. So like something like that, it wouldn't escalate to that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, um, whatchamacallit? I was literally listening to you, and I was thinking about the next thing I was about to say, and I totally like it. It totally slipped my mind. It I don't remember. Anywho, we do. Let me see. I believe it's linked, right? We did link
Yeah, it's
Twitter
in
thread.
and then the description.
So there was a bunch of petitions going around. Bunch of people unfortunately getting murdered by police and whatnot. So we did go ahead and we linked a petition thread off of Twitter because there's just too many to link individually. So I went and found a thread. If you can, go sign as many as those. I've done a bunch of them already. It's your word that helps
Oh
get the
yeah.
justice for people and Breonna Taylor, unfortunately her murderers have still yet to be arrested, murdering her just for they basically barged into her apartment and then killed her because they defended themselves and whatnot. So definitely, signing these petitions, it helps. And even hit it with a retweet. Someone might not have heard the story, so it just helps. So we went ahead, we linked that in the description below. Definitely check that bitch out.
Yeah, facts. I signed a few myself. One other thing that another subject that we're gonna talk into that just perfectly ended up transitioning perfectly together was we don't really get into politics, but right now at this state it's I don't know about you, but I ain't really fucking with Trump. And I don't think it's just Trump. I'm saying the whole government, to be honest.
Oh, absolutely.
Because
And
one of the biggest things that I signed was what's most current to happen. We didn't talk about this or anything yet, but it's the whole trying to get rid of DACA, the Dreamers Act. So it's not allowing illegal kids to finish school and get an education to better themselves anymore. Like if you're illegal, no matter how young or old you are, you're going back home. You're not getting free schooling or anything. So it's like, bro, like, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, like, America's based off illegal immigrants, but America's based off illegal immigrants.
that's literally what it is. Oh,
Like,
man. And like literally, like fucking Christopher Columbus and his homeboys, they didn't belong here.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like, and a lot of people are throwing it up where the whole is like, oh, where was all this protest and this commitment with your fellow brothers, like Mexicans and blacks, when ISIS was throwing all of us in cages and stuff. And he goes, there's things you got to fight. It's kind of rough, It's like with that, you did something. It's wrong to be an illegal immigrant. Don't get me wrong. It's not wrong, but it's illegal. So, coming to a country that unwilling against them, you have to face consequences. Though I think it's right that they're charging into them and stuff, and like not going into like the places where they describe where it's like the hoods and the ghettos and stuff. No, they're just going into regular like Section 8 housings where they can't find real work, so they get basic works. Like I don't know about where you live, but where I live, we live is between like the ghetto and like the city and the wealthy and then the poor. We have a lot of trailer parks, and that's where where all like the illegal immigrants will live because for the fact like it's affordable.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like now with this going on, it's just all the problems are raising to the top, and it's like I said, the biggest thing that that affected me was the whole trying to get rid of DACA, which is like
Yeah, I didn't know
I mean,
that.
I'm not a legal immigrant, but it's like I have cousins,
Yeah.
who got stuck living a life that they didn't want to live. It's like saying like some baby got born into a gang life where their mom and the dad's in a gang, and you're forcing them to follow their mom and dad's footsteps and not allowing them to branch
Yeah,
out to
it's
be
like
better.
it's not the kid's fault.
It's not the kid's fault.
Yeah, and you're taking away that opportunity of helping them out,
And then there's
and
another
then
big thing with the whole what the 1,500 kids that went missing in the
yes, I was about to say like
detention.
they have whole ass camps, and it's like, how
Mm,
do you lose that many children?
it's- a big conspiracy is like America's not America, but like there's people who's throwing them in like into human trafficking, which is like
Hmm.
that's a big possibility. Between the cartel and them, like why not?
Hmm.
That's
Yo,
money.
did you see the whole you remember the anonymous hacker group? You saw their whole
Hmm.
little spiel about Donald Trump. Now that was some tea right there. That was crazy.
Oh
I
yeah,
was literally just started scrolling through Twitter and I see all these bitches pop up and I'm like,
you're with
whoa,
the what you call it Espen, whatever that guy's name is.
yeah, Jeffrey Epstein. So
Yeah, now
and then
now they made a Netflix series document on it, like a document case
mhm.
documentary.
And sure as hell those parents they didn't allow that shit.
Hell no.
Those children had to come from somewhere.
Here's
So
my thing, bro. Here's my thing. You ready? And this is what's gonna piss people off, and it's gonna enlighten some people. You guys threw a brother into jail for a crime that he committed 30 years ago. Bill Cosby. Why isn't Trump in jail? If
mhm.
these girls are doing the same thing those girls did to Bill Cosby, why are we looking past it?
Yeah, why are we overlooking it? And I agree.
You see what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
30 years later, these girls came out. Yeah, Bill Cosby put drinks in our pills and,
And
molested
then
us.
they boom instantly open up an investigation, like look into that shit. But why is it when it's the other way around? It's like,
Yeah, nothing going against Trump.
what girl's talking about this? Like, fuck out of here.
Oh, they're lying. They just want him because he's president. No,
We want him because he's a sick fuck.
no.
Oh,
Man, it's
man,
just, there's a lot going on in his world, bro, and it's just nothing. It's just too much. It's crazy.
yeah. And another thing that's going on is the whole and I'm sure you probably feel the same way as me, the
Hmm.
whole NASCAR banning Confederate flags and the whole Confederate flag deal and the whole like the Civil War statues and whatnots.
My thing is, I understand what they're doing. You want to erase history so it's not taught, so it's not continuously a reminder. But the past is the past, man. I feel like it's good to know your history so you know what not to do.
Mhm.
But you gotta be able to like schools have to be able to implement that. That's wrong.
Yep.
Like you don't see
And
Germany going around and fucking still doing the Holocaust and stuff. No, because they know it's
yeah,
wrong.
yeah, and then that's the thing about like the Confederate flag. Like, oh no, it's Southern pride. Like, no, that represents a group of people who were fighting to own slaves. So like you don't see Germans
Walking around with
flying
Nazi
Nazi
flags.
swastika
Yeah, yeah,
and
they get in trouble. They
oh
get in
no,
trouble.
no, it's German history. Like no, bitch. Like yes, it's history. It's history in a bad way. Like you're not supposed to
The reason why
flex that, bitch.
I feel like the reason why Germany's not big into it, like I can't really speak. I've never been to Germany, so I can't tell. Like, but I watch a lot of documentaries about it, where it's like it's shunned upon. Like it's like the KKK. Like right now, like in Germany, if you were to be in the KKK, you're shunned upon because it's like why
Mhm.
over. That's how it is over there with being like a Nazi and stuff. Obviously, over here, if you join the KKK, only half of the population shuns you. The rest be like, oh, you do you.
Which is absolutely crazy that they're
Crazy.
not even listed as a terrorist organization.
Nope.
Yet their whole agenda is to hate a specific type of person.
So and it's like I be watching documentaries about it and like bro like they go against each other and it's like people actually stand up. And it's like Germany. I'm not saying Germany don't have like colored people like brown, black, because they do. Every country does.
Mhm.
But they're it's regular Germans protecting German Jews. Because it's fucked up to like sit there and say like I supported it. Like what?
Mhm.
Here it's like I feel like today is like you have to pick a side. Whereas like either you support what the cops did is good, and then either you don't support it. You can't
Yeah,
be
or you're against
you
it.
can't be on the fence. And it bothers me. I don't know if you knew. Like I've been watching the news a lot because of my grandma. But there's like a protest in South Carolina or North Carolina, one of the Carolinas, and the protesters, which this pissed me off because it doesn't help for the people. Like if you ever watch this, I want you to understand it does not help. The black protesters were making the white protesters clean their feet and apologizing.
Huh.
Like it doesn't help. They didn't do it.
Yeah, I know. Huh.
You
I
should
didn't
be
know
able
about
to, yeah, you should be able to respect that they want to stand with you and not have to make them apologize or prove their worth.
that. Yeah, that's crazy. That's going a little too far.
Yeah, man. So it's like, I don't know. It's like a lot of shit's going on. Like I was telling my family, like I feel like we're on the verge of civil war, a second one. Obviously the draft is gonna happen. If any type of big war happens, the draft is coming back.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like I'll be upset because I'm going. Like there's no way I'm not going. You're going too?
You never know. It's coming close.
Because like I was telling my sister, like she was laughing at me. She's like, "How?" I was like, "I don't think you understand. Girls are allowed to be in the military now."
Yeah, that's a
So
huge problem
you
also.
laughing? I'm letting you know. I got 5 brothers and sisters. 4 of us are going because only the youngest sister is gonna stay. Or no, 3 of us are going. The youngest boy and maybe the youngest girl. Because the one boy has to carry on the name of the family. That's how they did it. Back in the day, all that can change.
Yeah, for real.
They can be like, yeah, we don't care, you're going. So I was sitting there like, bro, this draft comes back. It's like, who do I fight for? It's like, not in like saying like the whites or the blacks because, I mean, I don't want to make any exceptions. I'm saying like, why are we fighting?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I totally feel it. Yeah. But back onto the topic, it was
Mm.
they're also like there's a bunch of like military like bases and whatnot that are named after like Confederate like generals and shit, and those are also being in the talks of like getting renamed and whatnot.
Why?
Yeah, yeah, I know, and that's like a whole new subject is like that, and then the whole Confederate flag issue, which Confederate flag I'm totally against, and I've always been that way. Like,
I never really
um,
liked it because I knew what it meant or what they stand
yeah,
for. I know it's pride, but there's some things you shouldn't be so proud about. So like
and it was
blatantly.
only five years of history, so like,
Yeah.
why why should that represent Southern pride? Like that doesn't represent Southern pride. It represents people who wanted to own slaves. So that's nah, I don't know. That just gets me going.
It's weird. Like, what people don't understand is like people wanted to own slave because they're getting more money back for less. Because they weren't working because people were working for them, and they're able to claim those slaves as 3/5 of a person for taxes.
And I did see something also that once the slaves were actually released, like it was like a thing. It was like you're not allowed to like work a freedman or something like that. So like once that happened, they started coming up with like the littlest of excuses to throw them in jail, and then work the prisoners and whatnot. So it was like there was no winning to it.
Oh no, like when the whole like thing got dropped and there was no more slaves, they were letting them like their slaves. They were paying their slaves to live in like their barns that they lived in when they were slaves. If they work on the field still, so they have a place to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. And
So it's like you
instead of
never
throwing
got
them out,
rid of them. Like some of them were able to like go out and find an actual job and make money, get their own house. But a lot of them they had to stay with a lot of their slave owners.
they had nothing.
They had nothing. So it was like I don't know. It's weird. I mean, the whole hating people because they had slaves or Confederate people like George Washington had slaves. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Abraham Lincoln, as he was growing up, he had slaves.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Did he respect his slaves a lot more? Absolutely, most likely.
Did he end up changing his mind over the years?
Probably. George Washington too. When George Washington was about to die, the last thing he said that my men, his slaves, he called them his men. They're free. They cannot be resold or nothing. They're free.
Nice little history lesson.
So it's like you can't get mad at everybody that had slaves. It's just that was like a trend. That's like getting mad at everybody that had a gas car. That's what it was. So it's kind of weird. It's like I get where the people with the Confederate flags are coming from because let's say somewhere down the future it's only electric cars and like if you have a gas one you're a bad person because you want to hurt the environment and stuff, and it's like yeah, but it meant different. It meant something different back then. And I get that with the Confederate, but the problem with the Confederate was the Confederate flag was made for the war. So they can stand out, which was a bad thing.
Yep.
See what I'm saying?
Regardless, owning people is fucked, but yeah, I feel you.
So I mean, it's just too much, bro. Like I don't understand it.
But hey, let's change the subject up. Get a little passionate on something we're a little passionate about. A new hobby change that we both got. Well, you've been in, but
I've been in
I'm just getting in. Yeah. Sneaker collecting, bro.
You want me to go grab mine?
Shit, I mean, I got mine handy, so you trying to flex on it, bitch.
I did a new pickup.
I haven't seen it yet.
No, I don't think so.
Something we talked about last night.
I don't think we talked about it.
So.
So basically, I've been in like the shoe game for a little bit, but I like don't really.
I was in
high
school. I admired shoes. I always did. I just growing up, my parents were never the wealthiest, so like we got like the generic Nike because they wanted us to feel good about having a good brand. So like they'd give us like the generic running Nike shoes, and I've always been fortunate enough, but yeah, so like I'm making my own money, making pretty well money, and then so I'm finally starting to get back in this bitch, and so I finally cop some new shoes.
I was in the same way in high school. Like obviously my parents never like had money. I lived with a single mom. So growing up, I only really wore like Reeboks and Adidas. Adidas wasn't big yet, so like not a lot of people fuck with Adidas. So I wore the Reeboks, Adidas, the Converse, and all that stuff because they're cheaper shoes. When I got into high school and I got a job, I was making money out the ass where I was just spending money on shoes. And my girlfriend at the time, we made it into like a business because down here where I live, everybody has fucking Jordans. So like we'll both go get tickets, both win the raffle. I'll buy both of the shoes for like $175 and then go sell a pair for like $250 or $275.
Make money off it.
So it's make money. But so my collection right now, from where I ended with, like I had over about like 200 Nah, a little less. Probably like a good like 100 pair of shoes. Before I went to college, so like 6 years ago. And the only ones I'm really left with are infrared sixes and Raptor sevens.
Hmm.
I shown those off before, but I picked up a new set. Something I really wanted. They're Adidas. There's some trainers.
Ooh, okay. Let's see them.
So you know your boy. I've been talking about him for a minute. I finally got the Japan R1s and MDs.
Ooh, NMDs, yes sir.
Got the Japan
Oh,
ones.
white. Them bitches are clean.
This was my latest cop.
Bro, my top row is literally all NMDs.
Bro,
Except for all the way over here, those are Roshis.
I think
Yeah.
that's like my newest cop. So yeah, I haven't really got into it. You know, I've been spending my money on fucking remodeling this room.
I feel you, bro. It looks clean though, whole new furniture and whatnot.
Yeah, bro.
But hey, my recent cop,
I already know this
al-
one.
also my most expensive cop. Of course, you know, bro. I literally had to flex these bitches. I don't know if any of you sneakerheads are watching this or whatnot, but I know y'all will appreciate this shit. Ooh, you know, had to flex on them bitches. Damn, what's this?
Travis
Little
Scott
Cactus
6.
Jack logo. Goddamn, bro. Got the pocket. The Travis Scott sixes. Yes, sir. We got the Cactus Jack lace lock. And then this one, it's got the StockX authenticity hang tag. So you know them bitches real. We ain't messing with no foo-foo lame shit, bro. So yes, sir. That was. This is actually my first Jordan cop since getting back into it, and I think I started off with a high note.
You started with a
But
big note.
go big or go home. You know what I'm saying? So shit, bro. Probably the most expensive pair of shoes I will ever wear and ever own. Um, oh, I haven't talked about it. I'm actually me, Skylar, and my mom. We're making a trip next week on Monday to California,
Mm-hmm.
and so you know we're going to LA and whatnot. So definitely got a few fits to show off to go with these shoes. So definitely bought them for the quick flex in LA. And then so those will be the only time I wear them. Other than that, these bitches are gonna be sitting on my desk. I'm thinking about getting a display case, which for sure will be getting a display case. And yeah, them bitches ain't going on my feet ever again.
Nah, I feel like you flex them, bro. You gotta flex them. You gotta wear them at least a few times.
I know that's what Skylar says, but I'm like, I don't know, bro. Like, I wish I bought them used. Like, I bought them completely brand new, dead stock. I wish I brought them used. That way, I wouldn't feel bad about wearing them.
If they were not too damn expensive, I would say go cop another pair as beaters.
Right?
That's what
Shit, bro,
people
I'll go buy
usually
a
do.
fake pair. I'm gonna buy a fake pair to wear and then have these bitches.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what a lot of people do. Like my infrared sixes, you know, they're beaters. I wear them for what you call it, concerts, and like I wear them to work sometimes. Right, my Raptor sevens, those are actually my basketball shoes that I play ball in. So the only shoes like I wear that don't like I don't fuck around with anything, like I won't run or anything with them, are my Japan NMDs. Cause I'm not gonna fuck those up.
Yeah, they're clean.
You want to see the last white pair of NMDs I got?
I would love to see the last pair.
Hold on,
Let me
give me a
guess, they're
second.
not white no more.
They're not white anymore.
Shit, my only white pair on my motherfucker. Oh, wrong way. On my prides. Y'all see them bitches? We represent gay pride. Oh, and it is Pride Month. Ooh, damn. Yeah, them bitches ain't white no more. Which is actually funny because the NMDs are what actually got me back into the sneaker game. Like that whole top row, NMDs. And then from there, I was like, you know what? Let's expand. So then I think I bought all the let's see, the whole top row, and then the middle three, all in 1 month. I was on a crazy spending spree.
Yes, sir. Yes, sure you was.
That was that beginning COVID money. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I'm making so much money. Shit, what do I got to do with it? But with that being said, yo, I think we had a good comeback, and I think it's about we we take this shoe talk over to some steak and shake. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it next week because hopefully we're good for good. One thing that we didn't talk about, it completely passed my mind. Setups, like we touched it a little bit, but we both got new setups. He has a new desk. He has an L shape, right? He has an up shaped desk, so he's working on some projects. I'm not gonna go in because that's his details. I ain't gonna spoil anything if he doesn't want to say anything yet. I got a new setup. Like I said, I'm remodeling my room, so like I got a new dresser. I put my TV on the wall. It's not on the dresser anymore. I got an L-shaped desk as well. And then I know we were running into a lot of like internet problems in the past. I got that fixed. I like upgraded my internet completely. That's why we're back. And yeah,
Yes,
so
sir.
hopefully, we'll be back on our weekly appearance on YouTube.
Hold, yeah. Speaking of comebacks and whatnot, I forgot to grab this and talk a little bit about this. But I do have my trip to California, so I will not be on next week, but the week after.
There we go. But we have a good
And-
topic to talk about because we'll be talking about your vacation.
Exactly, and we will have some content, boy. I will 100% be vlogging the whole trip. I went ahead and I copped me a stabilizer. If y'all don't know what a stabilizer is, it basically, helps you take videos and whatnot on your phone. So let me turn this bitch on and wait for it. Boom. And so like no matter like where, like, you see the phone stays.
Some bitches are
So-
expensive too.
Yeah, so content will definitely be coming, you know what I'm saying? So we ain't leaving y'all out the loop.
Unfortunately, I won't be tagging along this
Slowly
one.
upgrade. Yeah, I know, unfortunately.
This was a last minute trip that they made.
Literally last minute, like fucking planned it like a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago.
But good news is, like I said, I had like Atlanta time off because we're supposed to go out and drive out to Atlanta for a concert that got canceled, got pushed back to next year. We're in a talk. Maybe I slide over there. Maybe we make some more content. Bring some more stuff.
Hey,
We're gonna see. Anything's possible. But other than that, man, I'm good.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you for making it this far. Sign them motherfucking petitions. Retweet them motherfucking petitions.
Facts.
Keep fighting your fight. Stay beautiful.
Yep.
I love y'all.
Much love.
Peace out. Chapo, catch you
Hey.
later.
Take it easy, man.